In this lesson, we will learn how to play sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa on the first string. We will first do the ascending or the aroha, and then we will do the descending pattern, which is the abroha. Now, before you start playing the sargam, few things you have to be careful about. The first thing is that if you noticed when I was playing, when I was going from one note to the other note, I was not gliding or I was not sliding from one note to the other. So instead of sliding, what I was doing, I was lifting up my bar on the left hand, but my fingers were still on the string. So if I show you that slowly, so let's say I'm going from here to here, from re to ga. So I play the re, then I'm rotating my wrist to the left, so I'm disengaging the bar from the string, or I'm just lifting up the bar, but my fingers are still on the string. That way I can mute the string. So I play the note and then I go like that, instead of completely going off like this. Then it creates a additional sound that we don't want now. So like that, and then we slide, and we don't slide exactly on top of the fret or above the fret. We slide till this point almost, and then we put the bar back. So that's the first thing that you have to be careful about. Then the next thing is that when we are playing sargam, we don't shake the bar like this. We just keep it straight as possible to get a pure sound of the note. If it's needed in a song or in a tune to do that shaking, is called a vibrato, that we'll learn later, but don't do it now. Now on the screen you can see the fret number for the notes. Now sa, you can see it's written 0 on top of the sa. That means we don't have to use our left hand to play the sa. You can just plug the string and it will give you the sound of the sa. So the first note on the first string, sa, will be only the open string. This is called open string playing, when we don't use the bar and only strike the string. This is called open string playing. Okay, open string. So this is our sa. Now on the second fret, so this is our first fret here, then this is our second fret. Here we will get the note re, or the swar re, shuddha re. So we have to be very accurate when we are placing the bar on the string. So it should be exactly on top of the fret or align with the fret. Okay, so if we go little to the left or a little to the right, the frequency will change, so it will not give us the proper frequency of the particular note. So we have to be very accurate. So it takes some time. You have to practice, and then you will get more accurate, but try to be as accurate as possible from the beginning. Okay, so this is our re on the second fret. Then we have ga on the fourth fret. Then we have ma on the fifth fret. pa on the 7th, dha on the 9th, ni on the 11th, sa on the tar saptak sa on the 12th. One more thing that you should be careful about. So when you're pressing the bar, if you press too much or if you put too much pressure on the string, the frequency of the note will increase, so we will not get a pure note. So you just lightly put the bar on the string, but don't press too much. If you put too much pressure, then let's see what happens. So if let's say I'm on the 7th fret, this is pa, so this is the pure note. Now if I push down on the string, it changes. So you should be careful about that also. And one more thing that you can do when you're practicing, you can use tanpura. You can play a tanpura sound on YouTube. You will get many of them. You have to search for E tanpura because we are playing in E. Or what you can do, if you don't have that, you can just play the rest of the strings, and while the strings are ringing, you play the notes or the sargam on top of that. So it will help you to keep the pitch perfect. So you'll get a reference, and obviously the other strings should be properly tuned, only then it will work, otherwise it will not work. So you play the strings, maybe the 3rd, 4th, 5th and the 6th, and let it ring, let the strings ring, and then play on top of that. Then again, okay, you can do it in rhythm also if you want to, like, and then start playing. Okay,